everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Microeconomics at Ozarka College. Today what I thought I'd do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 5 and 6 activities that I finished grading this morning. Those were due last night, and so I finished grading those this morning. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for chapter 7. Alright, so the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 5 and 6 activities this morning. Go ahead and look at your grades for those activities and read the corresponding grading comments and let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Most of you did well on the chapters 5 and 6 assignment. There were a few of you that had some problems, especially with assignment question 3, where you were asked to explain the relationship between marginal utility and total utility. And because of that, because a few of you had some problems with that, I have created a video here that I posted on the announcements page called the Chapters 5 and 6 Assignment Review Video. Where I go over with you the relationship between marginal utility and total utility and kind of explain what I was looking for in the answer to that question on the assignment. And even those of you that did well on that question on the assignment, you may still find it beneficial to watch this video. All right? So I would recommend watching the video. And it's also on the activities page as well. All right. But overall, most of you did well on the chapters 5 and 6 assignment. So keep up the good work. Most of you are putting the time and effort in that's needed to do well on the assignments. And so I really appreciate that. So keep up the good work on that. The discussion that we had for chapters 5 and 6, which dealt with the elasticity of demand for cigarettes and other smoking products like vapes and so forth. I thought that went very well. I really appreciate everyone's input on the discussion. I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments. And hopefully that discussion was allowed you to kind of take one of the concepts that we were learning about in chapters 5 and 6, specifically elasticity of demand, and kind of see how that concept is applied to a specific good or service and the elasticity of demand for that good. So hopefully you enjoyed that discussion as much as I did. But like I said, I really appreciate the effort on the discussion as well. And then the chapters 5 and 6 test, most of you did well on that, but just like I always do, I like to remind you that you can take those tests as many times as you want to up until the due date, and your highest grade is automatically recorded on those chapter tests. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, that brings us to what we've got coming up due for our next set of activities. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on the first part of week 5 of the semester. And of course, we just had work due last night. And so we don't have anything else due until the last day of this week, which is Saturday, February 22nd. So you've got just a little under a week to be working on. And actually, the chapters 5 and 6 activities actually weren't due last night. They were due Friday night, and I finished grading those this morning. Sorry about that. They were actually due Friday. But yeah, the chapters 5 and 6, chapter 7 activities. Chapter 7 activities are due by Saturday, February 22nd. So you've got just a little under a week to be working on those. And chapter 7, by the way, deals with something that's very critical in microeconomics when we're looking at how producers make economic decisions as far as how much labor to employ, how much to produce, things like that. And so in Chapter 7, we're going to learn about a lot of the basic terminology that we need to understand before we can apply it to specific laws in economics a little bit later on. So Chapter 7 deals with production and cost in the firm. So some of the topics that we're going to look at are explicit and implicit cost, accounting versus economic cost. We're also going to look at normal profit, fixed and variable cost, marginal product, the law of diminishing marginal returns, marginal cost, and finally, towards the end of the chapter, we're going to look at cost in the short run versus the long run. And you'll find out as you go through the chapter that the main difference between cost in the short run versus the long run is that in the short run, we have some fixed cost. In the long run, we have no fixed cost. All costs are variable. So that's really the critical difference between the two. All right. Make sure that you get started on the Chapter 7 activities as soon as possible, because this is one of those, especially the assignment for Chapter 7 is going to take a good amount of time to complete. There's a lot there, so go ahead and get started as soon as possible. All right. And like I said, this Chapter 7 is going to lay the groundwork for the next 3 chapters in the textbook. Chapters 8 through 10 are going to go and cover each one of the types of market structures that companies face, that producers face in the economy. So you're going to learn about things like perfect competition and monopoly and monopolistic competition and oligopoly. And those are 4 market structures that we're going to learn about in chapters 8 through 10, but until you know the terminology that's in Chapter 7, you're going to have a really hard time understanding chapters 8 through 10. So make sure that you really take some time on the Chapter 7 activities and really understand the terms. If you're having a hard time understanding anything, let me know, and I'll be glad to help you. Okay? All right, and that's really all I had for you for today, so be working on those Chapter 7 activities. Keep in mind that there is some winter weather coming in tomorrow, so stay safe and do the best you can to get all your work done. I understand that some of you that are at the high schools, I may have to give you a little bit extra time, but go ahead and get as much as you can done before the storm comes in, and that way you'll kind of be ahead of the game a little bit. Okay? All right. So everybody stay safe this week, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.